They're willing to burn $1 million to see if a certain project is valuable or not. And they just burn $1 million on R&D. Let me give you two options. One is that you are accepted to work at Google as an employee, or you can work at a local supermarket as a cashier. Which one are you going to choose? I know. I can hear your voice already. You're shouting at your screen. I know. Now, keep that answer in mind. Welcome to IELTS Juice. We are going to assess an essay, and the essay says, some people say that it's better to work for a large company than a small one. Do you agree or disagree? The example of a large company, Google, and maybe a small one, like a local supermarket, will help you come up with some emotions and some dreams. Maybe you're thinking to yourself that, okay, if I ever accepted at Google, what benefits will I get? What salary will I get? What type of friends will I have? What position, what my desk would look like? Or maybe no, it's not even a desk. You can work from home. It's fine. But you need to log in to your work environment and collaborate with other friends. All those elements will come to your head, right? All those elements will give you words and grammar to help you write better and to develop every single ideas. You do not just simply say, yeah, working at large companies are better because they give you more money. That's not an essay. That's a conversation you have over a cup of coffee, for example. We need an essay. And at IELTS, you need to develop and support every single idea that you will have. So with that in mind, plus we focus on the elements for one side, let's move on to the other side, which says, how about the small ones? How about small companies? They can be good to work with as well. There are other elements like you will have a family. You know that you can just talk to the manager and take a day off or two, and you still have a secure job. You know that you will grow with this family, with this business, with friends. It's a comfortable place. You just do what you do best, and you get paid not huge amount of money, and that also means that you will not pay huge amount of taxes. So it's a comfortable job. It's something that you love, you're passionate about, and maybe it's not just a supermarket. You can be a kitchen helper, somebody who learns, you know, in the kitchen environment. You can learn how to cook, and maybe, hopefully, one day you will be able to run your own kitchen, run your own restaurant. Maybe you become a Michelin chef. Who knows? Just by looking at other chefs' styles and cooking styles and the way they organize and manage their kitchens. All I'm saying, these elements and ideas will come to your head the moment that you start dreaming about them. I think we already covered the question quite well. Let's focus on the essay type. The essay focuses on your opinion. Now, for a very good score at IELTS, not only do you need to focus on your own opinion, your own personal opinion, you also need to think about other people's opinion, find them not very helpful or not very important, and then come back to your opinion and say that, okay, look, This is my opinion. It is legitimate. Now look at the other people's opinion, and you see it's very weak. And then you bring it back to say that, you see, I told you, my opinion is better. It's by far the most important opinion in this essay. And by doing that technique, you will improve your chances of getting a very, very high score. We're talking 7.5, 8, 8.5, and hopefully maybe 9. Let's move on to the candidate's response, because this is an interesting one. In the modern workforce, there is an ongoing debate about whether it is more advantageous to work for a large company or a small one. While both have their unique benefits and drawbacks, I believe that working for a large company offers more substantial advantages, particularly in terms of career growth, job security, and access to resources. There are 3 elements. In this thesis statement, which is the very last sentence of your introduction, I understand that we acknowledge there are benefits on both sides. We also understood that it is the writer's opinion that working at large companies is better. How better? There are 3 categories that we are going to touch on. They are career growth, job security, and access to resources. These 3 are going to be reflected in the following 3 body paragraphs. So each paragraph will have one element, will be dedicated to one element. So I am expecting that career growth is going to be here, job security here, this one is going to appear over here, and access to resources is going to appear in the 3rd paragraph. So now I have a very clear map in my head. I understand the writer's opinion. The writer acknowledges that he is not or she is not alone, and there are other opinions, and even working for small companies can have benefits, and there are 3 main elements to support the writer's claim. Let's move on and read the first paragraph, which is going to be about the first opportunity or the first advantage, which is career growth. Firstly, large companies typically provide more opportunities for career advancement. These organizations often have well-structured career development programs, including training sessions, mentorship opportunities, and clear promotion pathways. 2 things. 1, this is the topic sentence. I understand there is firstly, I understand that there are going to be another one, secondly, at least. So firstly, secondly, thirdly. I understand this is the first of a series of elements. And since there are already 3, and I know there are 3, so this is the first of all 3. Then I have this short sentence. Large companies typically provide more opportunities for career advancement. It gives me just a little bit, a pinch of information that in this paragraph, we are going to talk about more opportunities provided by large companies. Good. I now would like to know what opportunities. Tell me more. And then here we are. The next sentence is going to give us a list. Thanks to their well-structured career development programs, for instance, which include training sessions, mentorship opportunities, and clear promotion pathways. So these are the elements in large companies that will help you see your path to success. Employees can benefit from a wide range of experiences and roles within the same company. So you're still in that company, it's a large company, and you can move forward, you can go up, which can significantly enhance their professional skills and credentials, which is absolutely correct. In contrast, Small companies may have limited roles and less room for upward mobility, making it harder for employees to advance their careers. That's very correct. We didn't have examples. We had categories and we had some details in support, which is correct, but we didn't have examples. Maybe one example, again, my example of Google would be a good fit here, could help this paragraph have a better organization and can relay more information to me as the reader. But there is another element. Remember that in the beginning, the writer said that there are benefits on both sides. We are talking about the small companies in case of opportunities and career advancements. They have limited roles and there is less room for upward mobility. There is less room to become better at your job. So it is harder, comparative adjective, to show that we are comparing small companies with large companies. So in this particular case, larger companies have the upper hand, and we also say that smaller companies cannot match that level of sophisticated career path. The type of opportunity you can see for large companies. So we are looking at both sides, and we still say that, yes, look at the small companies. Well, it's very hard, or it's harder for an individual working at a small company to move up, to have career advancement in his or her position. Moving on to the second one. Secondly, I, as a reader, know right now where I am. I am at number 2 out of 3. And the first one was about career growth. The second one is about job security. So this one is about job security. I already know. You see how clarity helps a reader to follow your logic? Job security tends to be higher in large companies. Established corporations usually have more stable financial foundations and diverse revenue streams, which can protect them from economic downturns. So you will have a job. Once you have a job, because it is an established corporation, they do not just go away easily. They are a very strong entity. As a result, employees are less likely to face layoffs, good word, or reduced hours, another good word. And to the point, this is the vocabulary we definitely need for this response. Small companies, on the other hand, often operate on tighter budgets and may be more vulnerable to market fluctuations, leading to greater uncertainty for their employees. We once again, at the very end, we look at the opposition. We see we're comparing. We don't just ignore one side and we just say, yeah, large companies are better. They're the best. There are no other company types. No, large companies are better because they're established. They have history. They have experience. They're large. They're in multiple areas, so they don't go away that easily. And because of that, your job is secured. But that's not the case for small companies. We now also focus on small companies and we say, oh, look at them. They don't have this privilege. There are layoffs there. The business doesn't go very well, for example, from season to season. It's different. Another very interesting paragraph. We could use one example here again, but I totally understood the whole concept, and the attention to the other side is admirable. The third paragraph. It's 3 out of 3. Now we're talking about which item? Access to resources. Moreover, large companies offer better access to resources. Very short topic sentence. I am given a little bit of information, and at the same time, I know what to expect. Great. I'll carry on. They can provide comprehensive, good word, benefits packages, including health insurance, good word, retirement plans, another very fitting word, and other perks that may not be feasible, excellent word, for small companies to offer. We are once again comparing large ones versus smaller ones. Additionally, employees in large companies often have access to advanced technology, extensive networks, and larger budgets for projects, which can enhance their productivity and job satisfaction. You see, we have comparative adjectives again, larger budgets for projects. We could just squeeze in one example here like for a local restaurant, $1 million project may never come into fruition. They always struggle with maximum $100,000 or $200,000 turnovers. But for Google, $1 million project is just to test waters. They're willing to burn $1 million to see if a certain project is valuable or not. And they just burn $1 million on R&D, research and development. So you don't even have anything tangible, anything available online. They just spend $1 million just to receive that answer, if this is a good product or not. Just a yes or no. And they're willing to spend $1 million for that. Maybe something like this would be a very good example. And you can come up with anything. Like Google tried with a few artists to see if they can come up with a different logo for different countries based on their national calendars and events that happen in their calendars. Let's see if that is something appealing to their audience. And they did it, they invested a lot of money, and it turns out to be something interesting. So Google changes its logo based on different events. That is a very good example. We have, before the conclusion, we have this paragraph. Now, what is this? We kept comparing large companies to small companies from the perspective of large companies, from our perspective, which in this essay, we say that we believe working for larger companies is better than smaller companies. Cool. It's our turn to take a look at this from other people's perspective. Now, why do we do that? You might say, Kasra, this is an opinion essay. I say my opinion, and that's it. We're good, right? Yes. And with that, you might get 7. So it's very safe. You just express your opinion, you get your 7, we're good. In some cases, you might even get 7.5 or 8. But if you're really serious about a very high score at IELTS, and that's not easy, then once you express your opinion, then it's time to take a look at your opinion from the opposite group's perspective. And that's difficult, I understand. But that is exactly what the role of this paragraph is. Let's read it together. However, you see how it starts. We're going to the enemy's territory, to the opposition's territory. It is important to acknowledge the advantages of working for a small company. So in this paragraph, we're going to touch on a couple of examples of advantages when you work for a company, for a smaller company. These environments can offer a closer-knit, family-like atmosphere and more direct access to top management. Beautiful. Employees may have more autonomy and a broader scope of responsibilities, which can be appealing to those seeking a dynamic and varied work experience. Despite these benefits, wait, before I continue this, let's just appreciate that we, right now, so far, we just focused, not from the beginning here, we just focused on the benefits of small companies, factories, corporations, offices, whatever, and any workplace that you can work in and get paid. So they offer close-knit, family-like atmosphere. And you also have access to your manager, I mean, easily. And also they might have some autonomy. They can manage, they can take control of their own activities sometimes, not always. And for some people who would just like to be, more dynamic and take some risks, that would be good. Now, towards the end, we shouldn't stop it here. We should, right now, again, we are looking at the opposition, but we after saying all the good things, we need to just wake up and say, okay, but there's a huge element here to be careful about. Despite these benefits, I still believe that the overall advantage of working for a large company outweigh those of a small one. Very good sentence. It's a little generic. It needs a little bit of touch. It's not that good because you cannot just simply say, yes, but my opinion is better than yours. Okay, how? Why? Well, it's just better because I say so. Doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. So you basically need to come up with a better response here towards the end and still push it. Make sure that this is the correct response. This is your opinion is still superior, not because you say so, but because of the reasons we just mentioned. So I would have changed the style of this sentence to something like, I believe these, you may even find these advantages at a larger company. You still can have access to your management, maybe not by face-to-face communication, or you can have email communication with your manager, or it doesn't have to be easy to talk to your manager. If you are enthusiastic and you come up with a valuable idea, just put a proposal and send it out to your manager, book a time to defend it, and let's see what happens. So even in that atmosphere with a larger company, you can still have these benefits. So you're not limited just to small companies to enjoy these benefits. That would have been a better response here instead of just saying, yeah, I believe they're better because I say so. Towards the end, in conclusion, while small companies have their own set of merits, there are small companies and they have merits. The opportunities for career growth, job security, and access to resources make large companies a more attractive option for many employees. Beautiful. Therefore, I agree with the viewpoint that working for a large company is generally better than working for a small one. We had both sides. I am now fully informed. Larger companies have 3 major benefits. Smaller companies have a couple of benefits, but those benefits can be found even in larger companies. So basically, that is not something that valuable that you can consider. You can still find family net environment, friends in a large company. With that in mind, I believe this was successfully addressed I mean, the whole task was successfully addressed by the writer. 385 words, that's a lot of words, but well, it's been a well-written one. And when we look at the band descriptors, it's awe-inspiring. Because it's just 8. I mean, what would you like me to say? Yes, we addressed all the elements. It was only one main idea, your opinion, and it was fully addressed. Your opinion and the opposition, both were addressed. I needed maybe a better development for your opinion when you say, I say so. And also the 3 opinions needed maybe examples. That would have helped just to make it full. And as for paragraphing, again, I didn't like the paragraph about the opposition, the 4th paragraph. All of a sudden we have, I believe because I say so. That sentence didn't belong to that paragraph. That's the only thing I can think of right now. And because of that, yeah, it doesn't get the full score here. And grammar, basically everything was nice and done. I think maybe there was a missing comma, listing comma somewhere. I don't remember now. But I didn't pick anything serious over there. And for that, I'm going to say this actually borders 8.5. So it's 8 is definite, but it can get a higher score. Well, if you wish to see another sample, if you're curious to see an even more improved version, you know where to check. In the description, there is a link. You will go to the IELTS Juice website, scroll down, you will see the improved version. And if you would like to see other samples like this, you know where to click. You can consider subscribing up there, down below. And as always, I hope I'll be assessing your essay, maybe letter or report, next time. Take care.